Hopefully, we are now back. So it should be up now. GUKPT is on there, mate. All good now. It's live on YouTube. Nice one, Kieran. PK's the man. We tell him it's not working, and off it comes straight up. So it's on Twitch. We're on Facebook. We are now on YouTube. All good, and it's on the GUKPT website as well. GUKPT.com. If you want to watch the live stream on there, and it's also, if you click on the app, the Poker Live app, it's also live streamed on there as well. Jim McShane just saying he was used to play. You know, we were talking yesterday about Red River and your variation of poker.
It's not mine, it's some crazy person that's invented it. It weren't my variation.
Well, so Jim was saying they used to have a variation of PLO when it was Red River, and if the river was red, the game became high-low then.
Changes the whole entire
Changes the game itself. What's that all about? So your ace 2, 3, 4 on a 10 Jack Queen King board is no good until you start playing.
It's no good anyway, Tao, because there's no low on 10 Jack King, unfortunately. Yeah. No matter what.
Well, that's true. What happened? We had an outage, Ashley, but fingers crossed we're now back. Unfortunately for us, in about 2 minutes' time, we go for a 20-minute break. So we'll just keep chatting away. I'm not turning it off again. Unfortunately, it's just an outage. We had to stop and start the server. Whatever happened, and it's an unfortunate thing. And unfortunately for us, as you can see, the players are now leaving us. But
off they go.
We are going. We are staying with you. I'm stopping with you. I'm not going anywhere. I've had a half-hour break for nothing. Feels like I'm. Oh, give me some overtime. Go on. But you can now chat away. We're now live. We're now back. Anybody wants to chat, 20-minute break over there with a new table. In fact, we've got the new table.
Yeah, in 20 minutes' time, we've got some names on this one. Oh, Wreck-It Ralph's back. In one.
No way!
Wreck-It Ralph! Oh. He's come to play! He's come all the way from Blackpool down to London. Conor O'Driscoll wins. That rings a bell, that name.
Conor O'Driscoll?
I think he's a big player. I'm going to double check that. But Conor O'Driscoll in 2, Stuart McCormick in 3, Sean Tobin in 4, Michael Chesil in 5, Dave Barnes in 6.
Boy, Davey.
Ranny Z will be 7. Katie Swift, our team pro, coming to the table. She will be in 8, and seat 9 will be Matt Sear. That's in 20 minutes' time.
Awesome.
And I'm just going to have a little look at Conor on Hendon.
Fire the questions. Fire away. Go on. I'm not going for another break. We're going to have 20 minutes chat. 20 minutes talking about... We can talk about Hendrik Gecki if we want to.
Yeah, that's some...
Hendrik Gecki.
Some feat.
Fantastic.
25k just there.
Playing a bounty in the win. It's a mystery bounty. Every time you knock somebody out, you go over to a tombola that's on the front desk. They give it a whiz. Put your hand in, stick it out, pull it out. There's 25 large. Thanks for coming.
It's Conor O'Driscoll, not the Conor I was
not
thinking
the Conor
of.
O'Driscoll. I thought Conor O'Driscoll was a rugby player.
Yeah, 50,
does Conor O'Driscoll not play rugby?
I'm not too much of a rugby fan to even answer that one, Tower. Conor won the deep stack in London back in just before the pandemic kicked off for 21k. And he's been playing a bit online during the pandemic. Got some cashes, WSOP online.
So, Tower, when did you start playing poker? Well, some say I've never started. My first ever game of poker, as its format right now, was 2004 in Vegas. We'd always played 3-card brag in the pub. We'd always played gin rummy in the pub and all that. 3-card brag was a variation. It just progressed into poker when the boom hit in 2004, 2005. And I was at the last World Series that was in Binions at the time. And I was playing, believe it or not, shut your ears, I was playing limit poker. True story. Because at the time, the only no-limit game was the World Series. There was no other no-limit game. It was always pot limit or limit. And that was it. And we were playing, and it was just a transition from 3-card brag to poker, and that was it. That was basically how it started. 3-card brag's a fighting game. Absolutely. 3-card brag. We used to play 3-card brag, and then it was like 5 blind, 5 blind, 5 blind, blind brag. And until you looked, every time, I don't know if have you ever played 3-card brag?
Yeah.
When you look at your cards, it's double to bet. Because you've seen your cards, so it's double. Nobody went 5, 5, 5. The pot was a...
Can't see a blind man either.
And you can't see a blind man. Your pot used to build to ridiculous amounts. Somebody would take a look, they'd be like, yeah, scaredy cat. In other words, you look at your cards, yeah, 10. And then everybody go, oh, he's seen his card, let me get in. But no, it's banned in the... I'll tell you what, we used to live in a rough area, you, Kev, if it's banned in your pub. We used to have a nice friendly game after darts on a Friday night. That's what we used to do.
You ever played Crash?
Yeah,
that's the best game.
My mum taught me how to play
when
Crash.
You're 4 runners, just 4 runner
13
game.
card.
Sit there and play that for hours.
Some people call it 13 card brag.
Do they?
But yeah, Crash. With your little peg. Yeah. We played Crash. We played Crash. That was the first card game I think my mum taught us to play. Learned us how to count, learned us how to play cards, that was it. She was DJ, my mum. DJ. So if you are just tuning in, we have the feature table right there. We've been on an unscheduled 30-minute break because we had a server crash. We're now back, so we're not going on another break for 15 minutes. We are going to chat. We talk about anything, and we're going to talk about the weather in Greece.
Yeah.
Ionis, how are you? How's Greece? I know it's dark because it's around about 10 p.m. But how's Greece? What's the weather like? Around about 20 degrees in November?
Probably about that, I guess. Maybe
Should still be nice.
A bit hotter.
Chelsea fan said, just sister taught you how to play poker when he was 12. And she's played with Katie. Oh, nice one. Nice one indeed. Yeah, poker's obviously changed completely since. You imagine what we just had on the feature table. James Aiken, 2009 main event finalist. Ask him if the game's changed.
Yeah,
in the 12 years since the final table.
It's a completely different game. Though, like, solvers weren't even a thing with James. Final table back in 2009. Like, now you got all these people that run sims every day and really delve into it, and
you still need to have that gut feel, don't you?
Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. There is. I say it all the time. There's no explanation for it other than things that creep into the subconscious. But you sometimes just get a feel in a pot where you're at, and no explanation of how it comes to you or why it does. But that gut feeling sometimes is always right.
See, now you teach you Omaha, high, low, and horse. Did they have a horse event in Vegas this year?
Yeah, they would have done. They would have done. And the Poker Stars Players Championships. I know it's not horse, but there's a variant. They have loads of different games in that. The one that Jungle Man won in the end. It was Jungle Man, wasn't it? That won that one.
Interesting. So yes, we are on a 20-minute break. We'll quickly run through a few things that we are doing this week and what is happening. And what I want to do is, in fact, we'll start off with the fantastic NPL from last year, the National Poker League, and right there are all the winners of the NPL. Ewan McNicholas taking down the title. How many points did he win by in the end? About 13?
Not sure. Would have been decent because obviously Blackpool, we won the last call. He final tabled the Mini in Blackpool, and he final tabled Bolton 30-30 last week. So
23 points in front of the right at the end.
It was 1 point. It was 1 point between them, and then Ewan just went on a little bit of a spree the last 3-4 weeks, and great effort from him.
Absolutely. Ben T second, as you see. Chris Johnson, Paul Rigg, Guy Taylor playing this week. Chris Johnson playing. No Ben this week. Andy Back playing next week, I do believe. House is playing today, and Chris McGuire is still in Vegas. But they're all the 10k packages, and Ewan has got the 20,000 Grosvenor Poker sponsorship. Well done to him. And everybody else is down to place number 80. Will be here next week. There they are, fantastic. Thanks for that. All the players right there. If your name's on that list, you'll be in London next week fighting it out for 15 5k packages. 15 plus 2 1250 seats plus 4 £250 seats. There are some big names in there, and we're going to be live streaming that because we'll show you the list of what we are live streaming very soon regarding this week, next week, and the grand final as well. But Tom Hall's going to be there. Cody Wagner is going to. That's not the guy off X Factor, is it?
Oh no, that was just Wagner.
What was it? Oh, right.
Cody Wagner. I remember him actually. I must have been 12, 11 years old. Wagner, yeah, I remember him. The one with the massive hair and the moustache. Yeah, I remember Wagner. Yeah,
Lee French is going to be there. Charles Eel from Manchester, he'll be there as well. Matt Bushell, who we've seen twice on the feature table this week, he's going to be there. There are some good names there that are going to be fighting it out for the 5,000 packages. And also there's a one platinum package for the 20 players online as well, in between 80 and 100. Lee Mulligan, John Gregory, John Hughes, Brian Clark, Warren Carter, all fighting off for the one platinum package online. They'll be there doing their stuff online, but that will be streamed, because streaming over the course of the next 3 weekends, this is it, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st is right now, that we are part of the 1250. Now this thing, are we at the 400k at the moment? Let's have a quick butchers on the Poker Live app to see if we've hit the 400,000 mark. We had a line set at 240. The line is now, well, gone completely, because at the moment in time, 267 playing, and prize pool of 402,000.
There it is.
£600. So we've hit the 400k mark. We're in level number 7 of the day, as we will be when we come back from this 20-minute break. Just fantastic numbers. 267. And today we have lost 100 players. There's 167 left. Next weekend is going to be a cash game, 5-10 or 10-25 PLO, to be determined during the course of the week. Then the NPL playoff, which we talked about, with all the players coming down for the 15 packages. And then the main day 2, which will work out what time we're starting and finishing, because that could be a late one.
Very late one. Yes. Very late could be.
And then the week after, we come back on the Wednesday for the Heads Up that was online, the 6 Max that was online, and the David Hay knockout sit and go that you're still finding. One more chance next Wednesday. What was the last one? Yes, the next week. Next Wednesday, 24th, is the last Haymaker sit and go, with a chance to come and play with David Hay with 5,000 up. We had 20,000 added in prizes. And then the final event for the team for 2021 and the amazing GUKPT of this year is the grand final, 2,000 buy-in, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday is what we're going to be streaming. Amazing effort from everybody involved because they are streaming days for this year. And then when we leave, we either take breath or we end up there. Newcastle, Walsall, Leeds, Bury New Road or Luton for the 25-25s that are coming back. There'll be a lot more G400s next year, there'll be a lot more 25-25s next year. The deep stacks are coming back. So if you do want to play, and as you see there, Leeds, Bury New Road, combined, both are playing day ones, and day two will have a collective prize pool played in Leeds. So yes, Sean Bov, evening. Jay, what was the line? 240 today.
Yeah, I did say that. Well off.
240. Yes, we've had confirmation. We had to turn it off then because there was some exclusive news. There was exclusive news regarding next week's cash game that we will be doing. Next week's cash game has been confirmed as the 1025 PLO 4 card 1025 PLO going to be live streamed next week. On the Friday, probably starting mid to late afternoon and probably running for about 6 or 7 hours. Boom shakalaka. That should be good.
I'm looking forward to that.
Now you're excited, aren't you?
I'm looking forward to
now
that.
You're going to turn in for work, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll be there for that.
Oh yeah. So yes.
Oh, what am I working at?
Oh, you want a seat in it?
Yeah, I thought
you want a seat in it? Oh,
that's news.
I'll trick in a blind. So yes, the 1025. Might be able to put your name on the list for when we finish streaming.
Yeah.
And get yourself in. Are we getting live coverage for every day? Going back to the days, that's exactly when we're working. The cash game is the 26th, and it is next Friday. That's been confirmed as a 1025 PLO. That's on there. That's been streamed mid-afternoon, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, until probably around about midnight. The NPL playoff is going to be there on the Saturday. That starts at 1. So at 1 p.m. then that starts. And then the midi for day 2, we need to work that out because last year, the midi finished at 8:30 in the morning. So yes. Is the Christmas Cracker happening this year? It's online. The Christmas Cracker's online this year, so too is the GUKPT the week after, and then there will be talks of the seasonal specials coming back live later in the year next year, probably starting with the Summer Sizzler. Not too sure about the Easter Beast. I reckon the Easter Beast might still be online, and then the Summer Sizzler might come live. That's what I'm thinking, but we will definitely talk about that a lot more next year. But that is what we're streaming. Right at the top is where we are now. Then the middle next week has been confirmed as a 1025 cash game, and then down at the bottom is the final events of 2021.
All looks good.
It's been a combined effort to get 3 weeks of streaming, and thanks to Jim, thanks to Sue, thanks to Richard, everybody in the background who watch the live stream and who put a little bit of faith in the team to bring the best product possible. Thanks to Andy Booth for Cardroom Direct. There's the action tracker. It's his fault. His fault. No, it's not. It's not really.
It's not Simon's fault.
It's not Simon's fault that they were off. But Simon is there. The action tracker never gets any credit. The action trackers, Dave and Simon, sit in the back all the time, inputting the graphics all the time. We only ever shout at them when it's wrong. It's just one of them jobs that needs doing. Everybody hates it, but somebody has to do it, and it's part of the teamwork, and we turn into a decent team. So yeah, the Christmas cracker, the Sun Run at 40 is online this year. The GUKPT is on in between Christmas and New Year. The 25 is on, and then next year, shall we do it again?
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. Going on. You find where you want to play. They are the dates that are set. Get your hotels booked. Get your diary set for when you want to be. We'll be streaming the right hand side of it to the end. So obviously the Vic will be for us. Will be the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, so the 3rd of February, when the team will be back for GUKPT duties, unless we might start to incorporate the midi or the mini final, which is the day 3 final on the mini. Keep watching, keep tuned, stay tuned, watch social media, because information regarding that will be on. But they're the dates that are set, they're the prices, they're the 3 prices for the main events. I like the 900 plus one, I think that's a great buying. It was the 750 this week. Chelsea fans Luton main event on his birthday. But we also found out, down right there,
18th of December, World Cup final. On the day 3 of the grand
we
final.
might have to pause for 2 hours. I think we'll keep the dates.
Yeah.
And if England or Scotland... Have I just said that live on telly?
You feeling alright, Tara? He might need another half hour, guys, after that comment. Scotland!
Oh, well, I'm trying to incorporate everybody. But if England or Scotland, Wales or Ireland are in the final of the World Cup, which is the 18th of December 2022, which is for some unknown reason that's when it is. If England are in it, we're going to have a 2-hour dinner break, and we'll just sit and watch. We might even live stream the action.
The stream when we come back. Imagine the stream if we won it and come back on the stream after that.
We might even celebrate with a glass of champagne if England have won the World Cup at the end of the 18th of December. I don't think the dates are going to change, but if the World Cup final they decide to pause it, what time is it going to be on?
Well, what Qatar's going to be?
What time is the World Cup final going to be on? By the way, we've no idea. It won't be 7:45.
8 hours ahead or something? Are they?
It won't
might be like midnight. It might actually be like a midnight kick-off.
We might have finished the grand final. I don't know if England have qualified. I think
they
have, haven't they? England have qualified.
Yeah, we qualified
because they beat San Marino.
Hard game, that one.
I tell you what, they're only 3 hours ahead, says Adam.
Yeah, only 3 hours ahead, so it might be slap banging like 5-handed or something.
Yeah, obviously. Yes, 3 hours ahead right now, so obviously we'll be back in -1 GMT next year, so 3 hours ahead. So the live...
Probably 4 o'clock kick-off, so 7 p.m. probably.
8 p.m. European time. What, do you think they'll play in Qatar at 11? I suppose they will,
Yeah, actually, yeah. It'll be late for the weather.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I think they'll work it out so it's like 8 o'clock kick-off or 7:45 kick-off for Europe, for the most of Europe. So, yeah, I see for you've got it absolutely spot on. So, yeah. So, whatever time it is, if by any fluke of footballing nature, England or anybody else in the home nations or in the final, then I'm sure the live stream will pause and stop, and we'll be able to kick a football and head a ball with Harry Kane and all them. But that is another 12 months yet, so we've got plenty of time to work that out. That is for sure.
Yeah. You can tell my geography's good. Only got it 5 hours out, and I got Belgium confused with Germany yesterday.
But yeah, that's for next year. The NPL has started this year. If you want to play any events, here they go. We're on the Friday right now, right at the top. Friday, 19th of November for the 12.50. Saturday there's a satellite, and there's also a £330 tomorrow at 4 p.m. Late reg until 6:15. 30 minutes start. It's like 15,000 At 15,000 starting stake, 30-minute clock. And then we've got the mini that's starting on the Sunday. We've got the mini on the Monday and the Tuesday, and the final on the Wednesday. We've got the PLO that this guy's playing on the Wednesday as well. And we've got all the way through to the final events of 2021. We've got the High Roller 2700 if you want to play that. We've got the seniors on Tuesday, next Tuesday, a week on Tuesday the 30th of November, 250 buy-in, 6 o'clock start, 4 30-minute levels, 20,000 starting stack. So there's plenty to choose from. But as you can see right now, the players are coming back. There's my mate David Barnes. All right, Barnesy, shut your eyes. Close your eyes and listen to Barnesy speak. It's just Alan Sugar. So there we go. We are now going to the next level. Players coming in. Rennie Shares sat down. Katie Swift is going to be on.
Yeah, run you through who we got one more time.
We got
a couple of minutes. In 1 is old Wreck-It Ralph. Had a deep run in Blackpool. In 2, Conor O'Driscoll. In 3, Stuart McCormick. 5, Sean Tobin. 5 is Michael Chesel. 6, David Barnes. 7, Rennie Z. 8, Katie Swift. And in 9 is Matt Sear. Matt Sear, he will be here soon.
He will be. Matt will be here. Matt's here.
No spam. We had a slight problem with the stream, so we had to reset. So we had a half-hour break to catch up with the delay, and then when the delay caught up and we was back, we only had 5 minutes of comms, and then the players went on another 20-minute break. So me and Tao had just been sat here trying to keep everyone entertained, going through the schedule, what's coming up next year, 25-25s.
Yeah, so we had the unscheduled break. Not anymore. We're back with the players. We'll concentrate on that. We've run through everything that's going to be happening over the next 12 months, and we've even found out that England are going to be in the final of the World Cup. I'm going to pause for 2 hours. We'll sort it out. We finished the live stream round about 12:30 this evening, so another full 4 levels of poker plus a break, which will take us to just after 12:30.
So I'll Wreck-It Ralph raising to 1,000. Stuart going to 3-bet the ace queen, 3x to 3k. And for what we've seen from Wreck-It Ralph last leg, he's not going to be folding the Queen Jack suited.
No,
for sure. And there's the call.
He had the hat and the hoodie on though, didn't he? To start with on the stream in Blackpool. He's decided against the hat and the hoodie this time, just the mask.
So Stuart going to come in for continue here on the 874 2-diamond board. Continues for 3.5. And Ralph just makes the fold. We're getting sticky or floating out of position.
Need to get Ralph and Tony miles ahead in on the table together. You're not wrong. Did Tony make it through yesterday? In the end?
Yeah, he's like 130
yeah.
okay, I think.
Well, it was up and down like a...
Yeah. It's like we're in Blackpool and a Pepsi Max again. Like, I've never seen a chip stack fluctuate so much in the space of a session.
So level 7 of the day, blinds 2-5.
So 6s for Renee on the button, easy open for her. Makes it 1200, and Katie, you expect to see her snap fold this one, but looks like she's going to be free betting. Maybe Renee's been opening almost every button when it's been folded to her, and Katie maybe just attacking that. Makes it 3.5.
Yeah, that definitely looks like a bit of history, doesn't it?
The other thing as well, Tar, okay, this makes a bit more sense. There's a dead big blind here. Matt's not at the table, so Katie might think Renee is trying to attack this because she's going to be opening any two when there's a dead big here and just pick up the blinds and ante. So that might be why Katie is elected to free bet this one.
Matt's here.
Matt's here. Matt's here.
Oh, come on, I'm here all week. In fact, I'm here for 3.
So Matt taking his seat. Matt's here in seat 9. And Matt is here, as Tower just said.
King 3-8 in the range of Katie.
Yeah, being the free better, this is going to be...
She needs to barrel, she needs to bet this, and this will be the end of the hand.
Could go really small on this board as well, no draws out there. We can even go like 2k here, Tower, quarter pot. Don't need to go big. On the King 8-3 rainbow flop, she opts for 2.8 into 8k. So working with around 35% continue, just over third. And Renee here with the 6s, does have position. Depends how light she thinks Katie's going to be here. May go either way in this spot. Definitely never going to be raising. It's call or fold, so she might call once, see if we can get a check from Katie on the turn. Obviously, Katie is going to have the strong King X in her range. But this board texture is fairly dry. Hands like Ace Queen, Ace Jack, Ace 10, maybe some bluffs like Queen Jack, Queen 10, some suited Ace X. We're ahead of all of those. A battle of the ladies, start of the session. And Renee just lets go of the 6s, and Katie with a 9-5 off, picking up chips where she probably shouldn't have. It's a nice play. It's always good when you can pick up the chips without having the hand. But I think the main reason she free bet that hand was to do with the big blind being sat out. So it was just technically heads up between Katie and Renee, and she thought Renee's going to be opening pretty much any two on the button, so our free bet with 9-5 is just going to work so often, and the times it don't, we can always take it down with a continue.
Go Connor. Go Connor, says Bo 101 Junior. Connor O'Driscoll from Ireland sat in seat number 2. Did he play the IPO? Would he have been there? We were. Great to get over to Dublin. And unfortunately, Dublin has gone into medium lockdown. Places closing at midnight over in Dublin.
So Mikal. Ace 3 suited. Going to open this one. Makes it 1.2. Queen 9 suited for Renee Nicole, perhaps thinking about free betting this one. Nice hand to incorporate into a free bet range as a bluff. decent playability, position on the opener, and that's exactly what she does. 3 bets to 3.2. And old Wreck-It Ralph here has got a snap fold, but Wreck-It Ralph doesn't like to fold, hence the name. This is should be a slam dunk fold into the muck, but this particular player, and he is going to let it go. He's going to let it go. Did actually have the best hand in that scenario, but facing this action, just got to let that one go. And nice pick up there from Renee with the worst of it.
So level 7 of the day. Good evening and welcome if you're just tuning in for the GUKPT. We are here in London for the 1250. Have you found us on YouTube?
Yep.
Did you find it? I know it was taking some people to the to yesterday's action, but no, live right now. Back on. Boom shaka. 418,000 in the prize pool as it stands. 276 today. 380 total. Bounty starting in 30 minutes time. Plus buy-ins for the rest of the day here.
You mean turbo starting in 30 minutes time?
The turbo, sorry, apologies about that. I say the bounty a lot, to be fair. Moody's mad. Let's go, Connor. Got a lot of Irish followers. Connor in seat number 2. Connor O'Driscoll.
Yeah, getting involved here. Nice one to defend. Queen 10 facing Renee's hijacked open with the King 9 off. So both players with this one. Renee still with the best of it, but big range advantage for Connor on this particular board texture. So Renee, rightly so, not continuing. I know we can see she's got the best of it, but just understanding this board's going to hit Connor's range a lot more than us, and Connor taking advantage of that straight away. He says, I've got a lot more hands here on this board than you, so going to come in for a lead with our Queen High, start folding out some Ace Highs, King Highs that Renee can have in this particular scenario. So it does lead for 1.5, and I just think Renee's got a fold here, Tower. I don't think we can do anything else, but she is not going to make the fold. She's going to make the call in position. Does actually have the best of it. And the river is the 7 of diamonds here, and if Connor sat here with Queen High, this is a great card for us to be coming in for a bluff. And that's exactly what he's going to do. And a snap fold from Renee. I'm surprised she didn't just fold the turn, but I'm guessing maybe she thought she could take it away on some rivers when checked to her.
Got a lot of people watching now. Connor O'Driscoll, he is a big Twitch streamer apparently. Getting to know quite a bit about Connor, plenty watching him. Absolute madman apparently, and he's an avid streamer. Good to have him on the GUKPT live stream. Seat number 2, Connor O'Driscoll. Watch out for fireworks.
Did you let it build up too much? It's a big one. I go away now. It's to one place.
So an interesting table. Now we have Connor on it, plenty watching, and he's here for 2 hours. So Connor's got a WPT for 320,000. Watch out for him. Says Moody. Very nice indeed. Connor O'Driscoll.
Was that online, Moody? I take it because live earnings I've only got on Hendon Mould is 50k, so I'm guessing that was an online WPT. He's got 54k.
There you go.
In live earnings.
Top ones there.
Yeah, biggest live cash £21,000 for Connor.
No. Biggest live cash is 26,750,000
yen.
Dina. In the APT in 2019.
26 million for $1,157. Imagine that. How much you win? 26 mil. What's that convert to? 1,100 quid.
Not even 1,100 quid.
Yeah, dollars.
That's $1,100. Works out about 900 quid. He's won an online WPT. Fantastic. What a star.
A lot tougher, the online ones as well, may I add, than the live fields. So David raising to 1.5. And Rene just going to flat the 10-8 suited. That's going to bring Wreck-It Ralph along, I reckon. I don't think Ralph's the one to fold this hand. Oh, he is. He's a changed man since Blackpool. He is a changed man.
Five, 6, 2, all hearts.
So Rene might have one stab at this. We're at like the bottom of our range here with 10 high and no back doors. It's never a bad thing to come in for one bet and then just shut down. Could potentially just fire here once, just fold out some ace highs, king highs. That Dave has queen highs either without a heart in them. Obviously he's going to be calling with hands that include a heart and overs, but yeah, nice pick up there from Rene. He liked the size as well. She went really small between third and quarter. Just come in for one bet when we're that low down and pick it up after the aggressor checks to us. Oh, he's trying to get back for his hand.
Oh, just get me back.
I'm giving kings into aces now.
I take a minute, so you just make sure you put it down.
So David opening ace jack suited under the gun. I'm going to be raising take for him. Michael not defending the suited jack.
So we ran through everything that's going on for next year. Don't forget next weekend it's the cash game on the Friday, the 10.25 PLO 4 card. The Saturday is the NPL playoff that Poker Mel will be on the way down. Plus 72 players in total. We reckon it's 71 max because Jack Oliver will still be in Las Vegas.
We know Danny Ryder's not coming either.
Is Danny Ryder not coming?
He's at a wedding.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. So that's 70. There could be another 10 no-shows by the end of that. It could be more than 1 in 3 chance of getting a prize. Karen Arthur, watching the live stream last night, came down to play the bounty. We convinced her to come down. She got a seat at 3:30 in the morning. That Rob Boone, it is Rob Boone and the missus.
We have a waiting list.
Get in. Yeah, the waiting list is started. How many's on it? Just one?
9 players, 1 waiting.
9 players and 1 wait. Can we be 9-handed at Omaha?
As long as it's
4 card.
We can go 8-handed. I haven't told them.
Ah, cool. We have a waiting list starting for the 10.25 PLO. If you want to get your name on the waiting list, Dan's the man in the card room. Come and see him. Get your name on the waiting list, and you will be on it. It'll be Jay Harwood at midnight.
Yeah, yeah, probably will be. We're not. What are we doing on the Saturday?
Sleeping Willows.
What time's the NPL start?
1.
Oh, okay. All right, no, probably not. Probably not. I was going to say if it was like a 4 o'clock start. Maybe.
You were thinking about doing a 36-hour session?
No, just a few hours, a little bit of fun.
No, exactly.
It's some lineup we got.
If you get a chance, you could do 12 till 4.
We're not revealing it yet, but it is some lineup that we got for this 10.25 Omaha game. Honestly, it is a star-studded lineup. That is all I'm going to say. We'll reveal probably sometimes next week who we're going to have playing. Or we might just leave it to the day and surprise you all, but
absolutely,
it's going to be some game. Seatbelts at the ready. So Rene, who's already had a couple of light free bets in, finally wakes up with a hand. And this is why it's important to balance in some free bet bluffs. So the times that we do have it and we're at the top, we're going to get some action. But in this scenario, Connor with A6 not going to be continuing versus Rene's 3 bet out the blinds. Well, we put what happened, Chelsea fan? We put it out there for the 10.25 and said if you want to get your name on the list, first come, first served. And now it's filled up. We got the 9 players, and then waiting list actually just started.
Over 400,000 collected in the 12.50. Another super turnout yet again. Not sure how many tables are actually free for the turbo. If it was anything like Blackpool, it'll be starting at 3 tables, then end up with 150 runners.
I thought, like finesse it, like a quick sense to come back, Nobody attacked before. Ball is around him, more important. I'm still early.
So raise and take for Sean with the King Jack in the hijack. It's all about mixing it up, Craig, especially in these live fields. I think, as I say, a lot of it comes down to knowing the opponent in question. You're going to play hands differently. You play the exact same hand differently against one opponent to how you might play it against another. But the thing is, it's always important to mix it up. I'm not saying go wild and just start coming in with opens with any two, but you need to have a wide variety of hands, make it difficult to play against. The best opponents are going to be picking up on what your hands you're opening, what hands you're raising as bluffs and stuff like that, or if you have any raised as bluffs. If players know when you raise that you've always got it, they can just exploitively fold a lot of their range. So especially against good opponents, you do need to be mixing it up a lot. You can randomise it if you want to go for some random hands like low frequency. Maybe if you're sitting there with a watch, every time you look down at your watch and say the hands on, say, quarter past, then maybe mixing that low frequency random play then. But it all comes down to what suits you and how you want to balance it all out. But then you've got to veer away from that sometimes, because you might be against an opponent who's never going to fold, for example. Always important to know the player in question. Oh, here we go. Told you it was the Caribbean.
What's that?
Chiesa. We were just talking about
We
you,
were
Chiesa.
talking
How weird is
about
that?
you, young man.
That is so weird.
Wow.
Haven't seen him this weekend. And
We
then
were just saying Kiesa's not reading the comms and the chat, and then he just says Buongiorno from St. Lucia, one of the nicest places in the entire world, apparently. Wow.
and Span says Chef Brad's en route.
Awesome. How you doing, Chiesa? Hope the holiday is fantastic. St. Lucia is supposed to be amazing.
And he's still tuned in watching the live stream.
Love it.
Can't get
We're
enough.
loving it. We're going to knock on his door and have pizza next year. Me and you. We'll be like that.
How are we going to fit in? Have you seen this? How are we going to fit in all these places we got to go to next year? Cyprus, Turkey,
Everywhere.
Italy.
Yeah, we got invited to Cyprus earlier on today. We've got
just-
Italy going on. We've got Scotland going on.
We're not going to have time. We got to go Vegas as well in between legs 6 and 7. Too much going on. Too much. We got to go Wrightington to the White Lion.
Yeah, we've got a home game at Newcastle under Lyme near Stoke for Kev Blewett.
We've got about 78 different golf courses to go and play. Don't think there's going to be enough days in the year next year.
Absolutely. What's the best golf course near Newcastle under Lyme? It has to be the JCB, surely. You can't get on the JCB, to be fair. Is it best to drive or train from Northampton to the Vic? Watching from Tenerife. Oh, delicious. How's Tenerife? Love Tenerife. I went in Golf de Sur last time I went.
I always think with this particular location, Oakers, the best way in, I've
Train.
always found over the years, is train. Like, they're just driving in London's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare, especially if you get in at the wrong time. But I just think train's always the easiest.
Yeah,
Unless you love traffic, then drive by all means.
absolutely. Yeah, I would train it and tube it, to be honest. I know the train fares have gone up since COVID, unfortunately. They've gone up quite a substantial amount, and I do think we have the worst pricing trains in the world, but I think it's the best way in. It also means you can join in the fun and have a staff problem like most of these places around the table. But yeah, it would to me seem easier to get the train.
Yeah, Renee should check this one back unless she wants to squeeze. Actually, maybe she could go really thin here, Tower. Thinking about this hand, if Ralph's going to lead a ace a lot of the time, when we make that assumption, he should never have a 10 in this spot. So we can actually go for target. Look, love the size as well. She seems to play really well, Renee, to be fair to her. Literally targeting specifically 5x and will draws that have caught a pair, and she gets paid, and a very, very nice value bet on the end there. Just coming to the conclusion that Ralph's going to lead all his ace-x hands, so once he checks it over to us on the river, then his right hand becomes pretty face up. A lot of the time it's just always going to be a 5 or 4 deuce or 4-3, which was a will draw that caught a pair, and Nice little bit of value eked on the end there from Renee.
Walker's on his way back for the playoffs next week. Well, he just sneaked in a sneaky holiday just before. Nice one, Oakers. We'll see you next Saturday. Make sure you come and say hello and tell us who you are. Yeah, Caver's in Florence, Fiorentina fan. Well done to Oakers for making the playoff. We'll see you next Saturday. Live stream starts at 1:30, 1 o'clock in the club if you're in it. 72 players max for 21 prizes.
King Jack suited for Mikal. Raises to 1.1, and Renee A6 suited here. She's been free betting a lot, so I think she's probably just going to flatten out Tower. Yeah, she's aware that she's coming with a lot of free bets here, so maybe thinks she's going to get less credit with this one, so opts to flat in position on Mikal, and I'll Wreck-It Ralph 9-4 suited into the muck. And Connor 7 deuce not going to be able to defend this one, so heads up between Mikal and Renee. Renee up to 80k, really nice stack for her.
7, 10, 10. Brings a flush draw for Renee.
Yeah, really nice flop for her. Got a nice spot to bet here now. Once check to us, can fold out some better ace highs. But I'm going to check it on high end for some deception if the club does come.
5 of spades hits the turn.
I think now, as Renee once has been checked to us twice, I think we can go bet a lot of the time with our A6. I'd like to see her fire this just to fold out. We may not fold out ace king, ace queen, ace jack to 1 bet, but in our mind we want to be thinking we're going to go bet here to fold out those hands, because a lot of the time they may call once the ace king, the ace queen, the ace jack, so we need to already have in our mind that we're going to double barrel most rivers, but in that occasion king high not going to be calling, and Renee takes it down with just ace high. Mick, any stats on Mick LJ? I've got, I know he's cashed total live earnings of 50,000, but his best live cash is only 3k, so all his cashes are $3,000 or lower. Well, there's only a few that are actually 4-figure, but it seems that he's got loads of cashes on the database.
He does seem to like Sheffield.
Yeah, plays a lot of the 30-pounder in Sheffield. He's cashed in that countless times. But he's had a couple of cashes, I believe, on the GUKPT. Manchester this year, come 33rd. Got a little min cash for himself.
Good stuff.
And cashed in the mini main as well in Manchester, come 30th.
Yeah, we missed you in Blackpool, Chiesa. Blackpool was mental. Numbers were just absolutely incredible. 800 and new, set a new record for the mini. 835, I think it was. Price versus Clayton in the darts. Who do you fancy? How's that Fallon woman doing? She's awesome.
So Sean, with the goods under the gun, makes it 1.1. Kate, you're going to flat Queen Jack and the hijack, and that's going to bring Stuart along with a suited ace in the big. Nice one to defend for him. King Jack 5, 2 heart board, so the A7 of hearts flopping a flush draw, and Katie with middle pair. Some nice backdoors for herself as well. Sean with the overpair to the board, going to feel fairly comfortable that he's just going to have the best hand here. Comes straight in for value 3-way, fires for 1.5 into 4k. So just sub 40% pop from Sean, and Katie not going to go anywhere with her middle pair, and Stuart has an easy decision in the big. Just going to call here with his flush draw, no need to raise, strong hand still in Sean's range, so happy to just take a turn getting this price with our flush draw. Now 9 of diamonds on the turn. It's a bit of a dicey turn for us as Sean. Queen 10 does complete, maybe some 2 pairs out the big blind as well. King 9 will have all 16 combos that he defends of that as Stuart. So definitely can incorporate a check on this turn some of the time here as Sean. Maybe a bit worried about giving a free card off though. And is looking like he's going to fire. Try and get some value from some King Queen, King 10. Maybe Queen Jack and Jack 10 even make the call in this spot. Well, we're actually going to find out because Katie has that exact hand here with the Queen Jack. And our Sean see a stack. Katie getting 3-1 on the call. She's got position, gets to dictate the action on the river. The thing is, we do have to worry about Stuart behind us though, as Katie. Difficult spot this one. Like if we perceive Sean someone that can double barrel and have air in this spot, maybe we make the call. But the thing is, we've got to be aware he's betting to both of us twice here, so very difficult that our Queen Jack's going to be the best hand unless Sean has some sort of combo draw. But the fact we hold the Queen of Hearts in our hand reduces those combo draws, and Katie makes a good lay down. I think the Queen of Hearts defining factor in that fold. But now Stuart getting 3-1 on the call, still with an over to the board, not going to be letting this one go with the A7 of Hearts, and he is just going to call and take some rivers.
Interesting river on its way. The 10 of Hearts.
There it
There's
is.
the service. Thanks for coming.
Oh, and Katie would have made a straight with a Queen of Hearts blocker as well. So great fold from her because she would have had to put more chips in on this particular river. And now Stuart says, I'm firing. And the hand goes up in the air from Sean. Look at this run out. I've got aces. What am I meant to do? Show Sean the aces into the muck. And the A7 of Hearts. Good for Stuart there, and Katie's going to be intrigued to know what Stuart had because she would have rivered the straight herself.
She'll be writing it down. Tell me what happened in 30 minutes time, please.
Good evening everyone, if you have just tuned in. This is Day 1B GUKPT London. It's the grand final. We're kicking off with a 1k, and it's been a great turnout already. 400k in the prize pool.
Already getting excited for next weekend. Two more weekends of live streaming for the team to go. The star problem's been delivered to the table. O'Driscoll's on it. So too is Sean in seat 4. Oh, what is it next weekend? Keys has missed all the information while he's in St. Lucia,
I'll tell you what, Chiesa, we'll throw it up after this hand for you. We'll throw it up after this hand so you can see what's going on.
You've got 3 weekends of fun, my friend. 3 on the trot. The team are in town.
So the girls going at it again. Katie free betting Renee like twice. And Renee with 10s. This probably just has something to do with how active Renee's been this session. We can see she's actually had decent hands a lot of the time. She has had some bluffs as well.
789 flop. Decent flop for the 10s.
Yeah, very nice here for Renee. Overpair to the board, up and down straight draw. Like her decision to check. Don't want to be donking into the free better who still have the bigger overpairs in their range. And the 3 of spades on the turn.
Now you go check again.
Yep, I think you're right, Tower. Because Renee checking here because she is aware that Katie will check some overpairs here, certain frequency on this particular board texture because it's a lot better for Renee's range. Check once more. And the 3 of clubs on the river, and now we have the green light, Tower. We can decipher that Katie's not going to check an overpair twice. She may check it, she may have some checks on the flop with overpairs, but very rare, unless it's like aces with the ace of spades exactly, that she's going to double check the overpairs on the turn. So we can come in for value now here with the 10s as Renee, and we've got to think about Katie's range. It looks a lot like ace king, ace queen. This is what it looks like from our perspective. So if I'm Renee here, I'm probably not going to go too large, no more than half pot. and that's exactly what she's done. Gone 3.2. Seems to play very, very well, Renee. Every time she's on the feature table, her sizing, just every hand she gets involved in, she seems to actually play very, very well. And she may actually get max here if Katie thinks Renee is going to fire here with ace king, ace queen, ace jack, these type of hands. Well, ace king we can rule out because she's probably going to 4-bet that, but if she's got like a king queen suited, like jack queen suited, queen 10 suited type holding, or maybe like an ace queen with a spade in it, ace jack with a spade in it, which may probably fold pre, but all these type of holdings going through Katie's head right now. And she might think as well, Katie, here, like, hold on a minute, Renee, I've checked back flop. If you've got a 9 or better, you're not going to lead turn a lot of the time, and Katie is going to pay it off with the 4s, and absolute maximum there for Renee with the 10s, and Katie heroes it off, and Renee takes another one her way, chipping up nicely.
Cheers, this is what we've got coming up for you in the next 3 weeks.
There it is.
You better be quick getting home if you're going home on the 4th. You better rush because we've got the grand final then. Next weekend we have got the cash game, which is a 10.25 PLO.
And the lineup is unbelievable.
We're streaming 5 till 12 in the afternoon to the evening. 7 hours solid of live cash 10.25 PLO. The NPL playoff for the 72 players that have made it into the playoff for 15 £5,000 packages, and the mid-8 day 2 is on the 28th, and then the following week, as you can see, heads up the 6 max and the haymaker on the Wednesday. They'll follow one by one until we get to a winner of each, and then the 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th of December is the £2,000 buy-in grand final, which will be the last event for the team of 2021 since we come out of lockdown. It absolutely smashed it since we came out on the 20th of July. It feels like we've not been home too much this year, but we have smashed it, and the streams have been amazing, and we can't wait for these last 3 weeks to finish the year off.
Span, no. I'm guessing no. Since I've been here, the answer's no. But
No.
I've never seen
That is
PLO
correct.
stream for
We've
the
never done
GUKPT.
cash ever.
We've got 20 minutes left on the clock for the level. Going to be a later finish for us here today because 20-minute breaks on the Friday, just to give all the dealers breaks, rightly so as well. So probably be finishing up closer to 1:45 in the morning tonight if you stay with us throughout, just to let you know. No chance, Chelsea fan. I was saying to, who was I speaking to? It was Trig. I was speaking to Trig yesterday, and I said, I think it's the first time I can remember in GUKPT history that we've had 3 day 1 stacks over 200k. I just can't ever remember having 3 day 1 stacks over 200k. It's rare we even get 1 over 200k, let alone 3. I know Lee French in, where was it, in Luton, bagged up over like 350k, but then the closest to him was like 160 or something. But very rare that we ever see that many stacks over 200k, and like I say, the average stack for when they were bagging up was around 90,000 chips, so average stack of 90k, that will not be the case come Saturday, I can tell you that. But when they were bagging up, that was what was projected on the screen. And it just shows you what a mad day it was yesterday, just bust outs coming from all angles. Going to jump back into the action here because Renee opening the Queen 10 suited, perfectly fine under the gun. Sean flattened with the Queen Jack of Hearts on the button, and now Mikhail going to have a nice spot to come in for a free bet here. But speak about this spot a lot, the under the gun versus small blind free bet, and small, it just always so weighted towards value. It's very rare people pick this position to attack from the small blind as a free bet bluff, and just always shows real strength in the small. And as we can see here, that's the case with Mikhail's hand, has the ladies. And against this stack size, and the position that he's free betting from against our position open, I'd be surprised if Rene continued here with the Queen 10 of clubs. It's like it takes a brave man, put it that way, to free bet an under the gun open out the small. But what might be going through Rene's head here is, I've been in a lot of pots, I've been opening a lot this session, I've free bet a lot, maybe he's just playing back at me, but eventually comes to the correct decision. And Mikel there picking it up with queens. Yes, dodgy Rolex. This is Edgware Road, the Victoria. 12.50 buy-in, already 400k in the prize pool, and there'll be more to come because we got the turbo flight starting. Well, started 3 minutes ago actually, the turbo flight, and then we've also got day 2 buy-ins. Can buy in before day 2. But going to be close to a $500,000 prize pool this one. As Mikel opening to 1.2 on the button. David just opted into flat the 7s, and Rene got a nice one to defend in the big, getting this price closing action. Be surprised if she let this one go, and she is going to make the call 3-way to the flop. Ace Jack 9, 2-heart board. So middle pair here for Mikel. And Rene's up and down, 3 overcards to David's 7s. Can definitely incorporate some checks in here as Mikel with middle pair on this particular board texture, and that's exactly what he does. 3 of diamonds on the turn here. And now it looks like David going to try and represent this ace. Opts for 1.5, and Rene with up and down here and position on David, going to be making the call, and she does. And now Mikel with his Queen Jack just gets out the way. Wow, so now Rene's going to have some more outs to get there versus the 7s, but just let the Queen Jack go there. Maybe gives at least one of these players credit for an ace. And King of Hearts on the river. So checkmark goes the way of the pocket 7s, and now David checks this one over to Rene. And we're sitting here with 10 high, going to be aware that this is never going to win at showdown, but she's got to think, what hands can I credibly represent here? Flushes is one of them. We're going to have a whole host of heart combinations that would take this line, so we can credibly represent a flush. Maybe some river 2 pair with some hands like King 9, King Jack. So she is going to take initiative, and she does fire here, and it's going to work because David just cannot call with these 7s here. We literally are only beating, like, Queen 10 gets there, the other up and down. It has to be like this hand specifically, and folds the 7s, and Rene on fire, folding when she's behind, getting the bluffs through when she's behind. It's been checked to her, calling correctly. She's in the zone at the moment, and up to 95k. The 2 ladies at the table, cheer span, are Rennie Z and Katie Swift. Rene in 7, Katie, our team pro, in 8. Yeah, very, very good poker she's playing at the moment. Never underestimate a lady at a poker table. You learn that over the years, I'll tell you that. So I'll Wreck It Ralph makes it 1.1 with the ace jack, and Connor here 7-8 suited. Going to fold this one facing the EP open. Fine to preserve them chips when we're working with 17k. We're sub starting. Blinds are going up soon to 300, 600 as well. And Katie here with the ace 3. Not going to be letting this one go. Heads up here, just splitting equity 2 ways, closing action. Yeah, we can be in a dominated spot some of the time, but not going to be folding this one. And does make the call. Heads up. Here he is, the old T-boy.
T-boy's mate.
He's got the
Tell you what, I've done the right run there.
the hot beverages in the waters.
Done the right run for everybody.
Keeping me up, hydrated. Vaccine pusher. Guarantee on this? There's no guarantee. We don't need a guarantee anymore, vaccine pusher. Have you seen the prize pools we've been getting this year? I think we could scrap guarantees altogether. People know what they're going to get when they turn up for a GUKPT now. It's just been massive this year.
Yeah, I don't think, especially with COVID and the way the restrictions seem to be going to and from, and why put yourself at risk as a business? There's no need to put yourself at risk, but the players have turned out in force, as always. £435,000 in the prize pool for a 1100 buy-in. 277 today, and the bounty, the turbo has started with 24, and that's due to space.
Yeah,
that's due to every single table in the building being used either for cash, day 1B, or the turbo.
Haven't seen Ludo as of yet.
No. Oh yeah, they are. Where is he? We've still got his shoes from Blackpool. Amazing. I forgot about them. Can't believe Ludo's not here.
The bros, where they go?
Can't believe. If you see Ludo, tell him we've still got his brogues that he swapped for somebody in Blackpool for dancing shoes. We need to give them back. They're nice shoes, they're expensive ones. None of that Prime Marnie stuff. The turbo buying's exactly the same. The turbo is exactly the same, 12.50. It's just on a 20-minute clock instead of 60. So Matt and Sean see a flop. Sean's got the ladies. Ace 7-3. So Rennie 95,000, Ralph down at 26 bigs and 13,000. Looks like Barnes is having 5 minutes sat there. $435,000 in the prize pool. Good evening, David. David Meadley watching on YouTube. A lot of players watching seat 2. Connor O'Driscoll from Ireland. A Twitch streamer. Needs to get some chips. He's on 17,000 at the minute. Just over 30 bigs. Have we got any footage of the lost youth? They're not lost. He just left them in Blackpool. If anybody knows where Ludo is, tell him. We can't keep them forever. I suppose they'll be here in London for 3 weeks, so he's got 3 weeks to pick them up while they're going on the streets. He'll be here for the grand final, if not this one. That is for sure.
And if you don't, what you run out.
It's 10-6. Bit of action for Matt. Flops sets. Mikel, top pair. Redraws for Ralph in seat number 1. So a bet of 1.7. Can't be a race to 2,000 from Matt, that is for sure. That must be 6. Or is it just a call? Oh, he's just called the 1.7. A gutter ball and redraw to the nut flush. Should call once, even though his stack says I've only got 11.6. Well, he gets out of the way. Stack size dependent there, 11.6. Oh, the king on the turn as well. King on the turn. Brings a gutter ball for Mikel with top pair. Matt still got a flopped set, but it gets a little bit more wet, does this board? The triangle is in from Mikel and from Matt after a bet of 4.7 from Mikel with top pair and a gutter ball. Left himself 21 behind. Gets away from it. Matt with the pressure, with the flop set, adds more chips to his stack. GUKPT 1250, nearly £450,000 in the prize pool. Over 400 runners yet again. Another event smashes it.
Everyone does. Everyone hates her voice.
Bless you.
Everyone does.
Every time I go back to you on my recording, whatever
I'm sorry, but it's unique. No one else has that voice. And be happy.
maybe something recording this line. I don't know. Last time I
Between 3 games. I forgot I registered. I remembered that I was like, oh, fuck it. I forgot what I was playing. I haven't even looked. I think it's the 2000 and the same 1250 package for the next game. From Manchester or wherever it's going to be next. I just thought, why not? Well, the other reason was I didn't think I'd make it for 9 o'clock, so I was sitting in traffic thinking, oh, you know what, I'll register just in case, so I remember.
Jack 4-4, 2-heart board. Matt being the aggressor.
Did you have the line of 4-5, 4-6-5 with Kev? Is there any line set between you two?
I don't
Oi, oi! Here he is,
I'm
the
not
brothers.
punching, come on.
Come on, you are.
I'm definitely not. Look at you! Look at you!
Are you in the turbo? Just getting in. How's Southend getting on? Oh.
I'm in denial. That's all it is, Brad. I know I am. I just can't admit it. Yeah. Good luck.
Brothers come to play the turbo.
So continue here with the King 10. Connor rightly calling here with Ace 9. Want to be calling with our Ace highs on these types of board textures versus button opening range. Button's going to be opening so wide. Ace high will be the best hand some of the time, so have to call once, and that's exactly what he done. He goes check on the King of Hearts turn, and both players are rivering a flush here. How's he not gone for value here, Matt? Would have got paid as well. I think in this situation definitely could have gone for value with our 10 of hearts, especially versus big blind calling range. They're going to have all the hearts, just one heart in their hand. They'll have all the way through deuce to 9. Maybe didn't want to get check raised, which is fair enough. As the blinds are now up into a level 8 of the day, 300, 600. Connor's on the beers, beer o'clock.
Seat 4's on the beers.
Look, I love that. I like that. Ordering a pint when you got half left in the other one. Look, he's getting it down him. He knows he's got a new one waiting. I wonder how matey that was in seat 8 first session of the day's getting on.
Yeah.
Wonder if he's still
awake?
standing.
Vaccine Plus, you're giving us updates on the score. Yeah, Bayern Munich was like 1-7, weren't they today? And they're losing. Razor Kev will be happy. QPR are winning. And Chef Brad has just told us that Southend are losing. No surprise there then. While watching the GKPT live stream, Towers Treble will be with us tomorrow. Oh, it's going to be a beauty. I've been looking, I've been studying already. A minute.
So hijack open here, and Connor working with what is 24 bigs. Could just shove this one tower, and yeah, like it a lot. Just rips it in, and Katie's going to have to make the fold with the A7. But nice to see this from Connor, taking these spots as he should be, and gets that one through with the Ace Jack.
Connor with the shove gets it through up to 17k. Do many players travel from Wales? Not too many. Ewan Jones will be the one. Ian Bosley every now and again. There will be a few in the field, but not too many. Love to go back to Cardiff again, but Cardiff is just one of those venues that never caught fire. Was never one where everybody turned up. There's always seemed to be a bit of a struggle down Cardiff for some reason. But always love to go back to a big city like Cardiff. Fantastic
I
place.
reckon nowadays, Tower, the way the tour is, it's this year it's been a proper festival feel again, hasn't it? When you start the tours, a lot of people come for the whole week where we've been. And
I think the problem is they'll probably still think it's a bit of a risk.
yeah.
Whereas the rest of the tour, they know it's not.
I don't think anywhere would be a risk the way the tour's been going this year. Put one in Penzance and I think we'd still smash 200k. It's just been that way. And Katie here flattening the aces, and this is going to work a treat for her because Reckitt's got ace queen. Oh, he's going to call. How's he not shoved this spot, Tower?
How has he not even shoved his 10k?
Wow, he's got 19 bigs.
Oh, Stu, baby.
Wow, set up central. Look at this hand. Because we know Wreck-It Ralph's not folding ace queen with this much behind. And Katie's got the boots. And Stuart free betting to 4k. And I really hope Katie continues the trap here, Tower, because if we come in for a back raise now after flattening the original open, it just looks super strong. I know we can see it's going to get in anyway, but the time Stuart's got a hand like ace queen himself or maybe 9s, 10s, alarm bells are going to go off for him. But intrigued to see if Katie's going to continue the trap, but I don't think she is, because that looks like she's coming for the 4-bet, maybe just wanting to get it in against Stuart. Now Wreck-It Ralph can get out the way. He can get out the way with the ace queen. And look at that. Ralph should be gone. Should be see you later, Ralph. But the fact he didn't rip the ace queen for 19 bigs over an open and a call, he's going to save his tournament. And now Stuart,
all in
with the kings, is all in, and he knows straight away. He knows straight away.
Sick.
As soon as Katie snaps it off, he knows he's in trouble. And fair play to Swifty, flatten the aces in the first place. He would have always gone in no matter what scenario, but always need to flat some in the time. Your big hands can't always just snap 3-bet, 4-bet, 5-bet. You need to incorporate some flats in at a certain percentage of the time. But now the classic aces v kings, the coldest of cold decks, and Katie bubble Blackpool in the reverse situation, and she's hoping for a similar run out now. No king. We do not want to see a king. And it's the 10 of clubs, so Katie up to 62k, and we are going to lose Stuart McCormack.
Well, look at Stuart.
Kings into aces, not much you can do. You're always destined to bust. And we're quickly going to clarify stacks, because it actually says Stuart's got what looks like 3 big blinds left, if graphics are correct, and they are. So Stuart's going to sit back down. He's on fumes, but still in the comp.
So there we go. Aces against kings, bit of a setup, but Stuart is still in. And as we know, when you've got chips, anything can happen. There was definitely a Florence event in next year's schedule. I really wish there was. Yeah. I really wish. I know we like saying Cardiff and stuff like that.
She's sponsored by the fucking casino. Bro, just aces the kings. How is that fair? Tell me. Nice hand. Well played with aces. Lovely. Just because yours didn't hit. Exactly. He's just jealous of your aces. I'm jealous, obviously. He's jealous of the aces. Mine didn't tear up.
I mean, I definitely got an extra 1,200 on there.
Here's a rub down, yeah.
I actually wish they had kings and ran into aces.
Can't finish 20,000.
Just for you.
I actually wish they had kings and ran into aces.
Hello, man. That is live.
So Stu's all in for his final 1.1 and now he's running to ace king. But he is live with a jack 6. He needs a 6 or a jack now to get himself another double. Queen a 7 to chop it. It's not. The ace will play. Stuart, next hand, out of the tournament, takes his beer, takes his headphones. Two of the good things about Chef Brad being in the tournament, it's great for the prize pool and the chat box is quiet.
That's great, that
Obviously there's the Kevs now, but it's shouted away because QPR are winning. You know what it's like. Bayern Munich lost a third bottom Augsburg. So there you go.
But that's mucked up a few people's accumulators.
Well, if you're backing somebody who's 1 to 7 in an accumulator, you shouldn't be backing anything. You deserve everything you get, in my eyes. Silly idea, that. Connor wakes up with the ace king in the middle. Not going to get any action with the ace king. Matt will get out of the way, so too will Ralph, and that'll be it. No action. Ralph is going to look down, yeah, flick them in the muck. Over 400, nearly £450,000 in the prize pool. No, there's definitely, unfortunately, there's no tournament Scottish next week. It'd be nice if there was, but there isn't. That would be interesting.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Look, I have to go all in, you know?
Players are registered for Flight 1C. It is a 20,000 sterling set run on a 20-minute clock. You will be playing 10 levels of play. Total for this flight. Your gentleman has been drawn to seat number 3, so dealers, please now show your button is in seat number 3. Your opening blinds start at 100 and 100. Dealers, if you have 3 or more players, you may be dealing.
So the ace king for Connor gets no action. Rennie on the big. He's going to defend with the old king 6 off. To the under the gun open, no. Have we increased the numbers in the turbo, do we know? Any more eliminations on the main event to give us room for the side event? 280 today, 280. Turbo's got 37 runners in it. There is no space. There is an alternates list. And the prize pool is over 450,000. Matt raises under the gun this time. A lot of raising under the gun. Oh, folding round in turn. Flop a jack, jack 2 as Dave on the button calls.
Come on, man. Now, mate.
Nice, active, fun table. The beers are flowing. 450,000 in the prize pool.
Yes!
So Ralph here, playing sub 15 big, should be shoving this one, but from what we've seen from Ralph, it's very hard to predict what he's going to do, and he's just going to limp the King 10 suited under the gun. And Connor here with sixes. Interesting spot for him here because he'll be aware of old Wreck-It Ralph stack size, and it's not nice for us with the sixes when we make it like 1700 and Ralph rips on us, so he may just choose to overlimp the spot rather than coming in for an ISO against this particular stack size, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And now Mikhail does have a hand that he does want to be getting it in against Ralph's particular stack size here, so he is going to come in for the ISO after 2 limits in front of him. Squeezes to 2.
Any ice creams about?
It's 2 days they forgot about us, Tower.
I like to the day players making it to the ice cream break, you know.
Unbelievable. Everyone grabs an ice cream, then the man in seat 4, Sean, just thinks, you know what, I fancy a banana.
Not just ice creams and bananas. Get a tall glass, make a Knickerbocker glory. Ace 2 3 flop. King 10 of spades for Ralph. The nut flush draw.
Interesting spot here for Mikhail against Ralph stack size, because if we continue here, we're basically committed versus Ralph stack size. Well, he is going to continue, but I'm guessing he's continuing to call this off with the 10s. It's just the time Ralph does this, what's our play? That's why maybe I might be checking this one back more often than not, although it's going to be better for our perceived range, just because of the stack size involved in this particular scenario. We're maybe going to have some more checks than bets on this particular board, and now we're just getting this price. We've got 10s, we're ahead of some flush draws. Ralph's pretty erratic sometimes, so still can have the best hand if he's just gone mad, and is going to make the call with the 10s, which is fair enough if he's already made that decision that he's going to call off when Ralph shoves. But Ralph, decent amount of equity here, can find a king or a spade. You can see this is nigh on a coin flip.
Ace of clubs on the turn. The river
Is a 10.
fills it up.
Case 10, no good for Ralph, and we're going to lose him.
Wreck-It has wrecked it. He's gone. 2-4 Ralph. He's gone. Can you give us a shout out? Jackie Barnes, David Barnes' grandson. David, not at the table at the minute, but good evening, Jackie Barnes. Oh, you're all right, Jack. Enjoying Grandad at the table. He is there, honest. He might be on the phone somewhere, but he's definitely there. He is. All right, Barnesy. Yeah. What a top lad. Known Dave ever since we started the GUKPT in 2007, and he's played ever since. Ice creams are out. There he is, David Barnes. Still looking exactly the same as he did 14 years ago when we first met him. All right, Barnesy. Proper local to the Vic. Played in here for years and years and years. Wishing Dave good luck. Good evening, Amanda. Amanda, watching the live stream. Hope you're well, Amanda. Hope to see you in the next 2 or 3 weeks while we're down here. Be nice to have a big kugel. So Connor, Ace Queen suited after Oliver raises to 1.5. Certainly going to be 3-betting this.
Yeah, not always tower in the big blind, but he's going to just rip for 31 bigs here. Now Oliver not going to be able to call this off with sixes. I guess he thinks Oliver's a good enough opponent to be opening the right range under the gun, and it's not going to be on the tight side, so just rips in the ace queen of clubs soon. He's loving it once he doesn't get snapped. He knows that if he calls, he shouldn't be ever dominated in that spot, so just gets that one through. 19.1k there, so 32 bigs actually from Connor, up to 35 now. Shows the ace queen of clubs. Jack Hardcastle's in the building.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's just come to play.
Amazing. I thought he'd still be in Vegas.
No, he didn't go. That's what I said to him.
No way.
I go to him. The first thing I said to him, I goes, how was Vegas? He going, I didn't go. I was like, oh. Yeah. That was it. But Jack Hardcastle, our Leeds champion, has come to play. Been a good year for Jack on the old GUKPT tour. Not just on this tour, online as well. So ace 4 off for David, raises to 1.5.
He's involved in the hand now. Grandson Jack's watching David Barnes. Jackie Barnes watching Grandad. Looks like he's having a bit of supper.
Connor, well-timed 3-bet from him. If he picked up that Dave was weak here, like he was under the gun opening ace 4 off, and the dead flat from Rene, and 3 bets to 5.8k with the ace 10. Really nice hand selection to do it with. Now Rene, against his stack size, not going to be able to peel the king 9 of diamonds. If we were a lot deeper, we'd probably see her peel with position, but against this particular stack size, I'd be very shocked if Rene put another penny in the pot. That's it. Free bet the people that are eating their ice cream. So
I like that. I like that from Dave. He's got his supper on the table. He's eating the dessert first. He got that the wrong way around, or does he not want it to melt? I think that's the one. You see, Portsmouth have a deep stack event in December. Any more scheduled in other venues for next year? I actually didn't know about the deep stack in Portsmouth, I must admit.
Neither did I.
I've not known.
This is all we got.
This is all we've got. We've got no information whatsoever. 25-25s for us.
That's all we got after this.
Where's the deep stack information? How do you know that? We don't.
Is it a club event, Warren? Maybe.
Unbelievable.
No? Maybe.
No, it'll be a deep stack. I want to know. Not happy.
Don't like it, girl, when you guys give us the exclusives.
How are we supposed to give you information out if we don't know it and you do? But thanks to the information, Warren, it's on the Poker Live app for Portsmouth.
If it's on there, it must be running.
One thing I don't do is check every venue for an event, unfortunately. We'd like to try. I like Portsmouth. Portsmouth was lovely. The only thing about Portsmouth was the hotel we stayed in. Side of Fratton Park.
Was there a game on as well?
It was a bit like Cell Block H, I must admit. But the rest of it, fabulous.
How much it worse? Huh?
Yeah, no, the project.
Not on there.
If someone, I've read an article about Jonathan Little. He made some photographs on New York street and just pictures and they told this woman, give her $100 and then took a photograph and then he posted out an NFT.
Made loads of money?
That wasn't his intention and then got really and a lot of people really talking about criticize him and he came out to apologize. Yeah, that was
A scandal.
yeah.
Fishmonger's seen 4 different times for the Heads Up Championship game that starts on the 1st of December for the 4 that made the final. Interesting. I'm guessing they won't start until the 4 have turned up, but we definitely need to find one collective time.
No vaccine pusher. Renee's not won a GUKPT main before. The closest she come was Leeds 2017. She was runner-up in Leeds 2017. I think Wayne Liang won that one. Yeah, I'm sure she's won an event before.
Yeah. Plays in Nottingham a lot.
Yeah, she won a 25-25, I'm sure. Yep. And won the Super Stack in London a few years back. 344,000 in live earnings for Renee.
Do we know the payouts for the Heads Up Championship? We'll get all the details very shortly. Fishmonger Poker.
5k, 2.5k, 12.50, 4.
5k to the winner, 2.5k runner up, and 12.50 for 3rd and 4th. Now the payouts. But we will get a confirmation on the time if it's shown in 4 different time zones. We will sort it and make sure that all the guys or gals that are in the Heads Up Final 4. I know Adam Neal's one of them. So we'll sort that out and make sure everybody knows what time it starts. It's on next week or 2 weeks, well, week on Wednesday, the 1st of December it's on.
No, Connor O'Driscoll, top Alex. I thought the exact same thing when he first come to the table. I was thinking of Connor Beresford, but I went on Hendon Mob, and Connor O'Driscoll is the player in seat 2 from Ireland.
Guy who came second in the World Series just played home games before his $4.5 million score.
And they all had a piece of him. That's what happened. I remember one of the commentators saying everyone in that home game had collectively, I think, like 30% between them or something like that.
I love that. I love that. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, it's great story. I love it when you hear stories like that.
Absolutely.
It's really good. But yeah, spot on.
Yeah. What you only ever see the person that wins it and how much money they win. What you don't realise is how much action they sell, and how many pieces they give to the friends and the colleagues. I love that. When you see the winner with the 8 mil on the database in a couple of months' time, you don't realise he might have had 70% out or 50% or whatever it was. They don't say that.
I reckon that particular winner tower
had none.
I reckon he would have had some swaps maybe.
You think?
Day 6, day 5 swaps probably with some other beasts in the field. But other than that, he would have had at least 70% of himself, I reckon, Corey. But I doubt he would have sold, and he probably had some swaps throughout the tournament. But we don't know. He might have had 100% of himself. We never know. Going to jump back to the action here because Matt's got aces +1. And David going to make the call with a 10-7 suited in the small. Won't want to catch a piece though.
That's the best flop for David Barnes. Barnes, eat as dry as you come because Matt's going to bet out and Dave's already folded. Yeah, I don't think the 10k buy-in is the issue. It's just whether you want to swap 5 or swap 2.5 or swap 10. Maybe just swap to like Jay just said, swapping 10 on day 5 or day 6, the deeper you get.
Once again, players in flight 1B, once you finish your hand, you have 15 minutes. Thank you.
So 30 minutes left of this session. And then a new table to finish the day off.
Oliver, pocket 9s here, going to be opening this one. Raises to 1.3. Now we got Katie, nice one to defend here, 4-3 suited.
Four, 5, queen.
Yeah, does catch a piece here, Katie. Check road to Oliver. 1 over card to our 9s here. We are up against big blind defend range, so still expect him to be coming in for a C-bet most of the time. So fires for 1.6. Katie's caught a piece here in the form of bottom pair, and we've got some really nice backdoors for our hands. So I'd be very shocked if she folded this one to 1 continuation, especially this deep as well. Just expect her to call and take some turns. She may even incorporate some raise bluffs in a small amount at a time with this particular holding. Is just going to a check call. And the 8 of clubs on the turn. And now this is a spot where the 9s can definitely check behind. You expect Katie to be playing in flow, but if we're Oliver here with the 9s, pretty difficult to get 2 streets here from worse, unless it's like an 8-7, 8-6 type hand that's turned second pair to go for a gut shot, or maybe 5-6, 5-7 we can get value from as well. But I'm really going to like this river here as Connor, and we're going to have a nice value bet spot for ourselves because Katie's got a clear check here with the 2 pair. unless she goes really small, comes in with a small block sizing. But once it's checked over to us here now, as Oliver got a nice spot to come in for value. Oh, he's checked behind. He's checked behind. Maybe scared about the check raise, but I think once that queen pairs, you can start trying to get value from Katie's 5x and some 8x that are 8-7, 8-6 that are the gut shots on the flop that make a pair on the turn. Maybe target those, some 5x, maybe she gets stubborn with a 4. We can have ace high in that spot, so maybe even get called by a 4, but opted to just check behind. Obviously can't continue against a check raise. Definitely a spot where I think we can go for value against most opponents. Yeah, I think he's a bit annoyed Kie's up, and maybe he didn't value bet that spot. That's the worst feeling in the world as well as a poker player, when you're sat there, you check, and then the opponent checks behind, and you've got like bottom pair, and they're like that, and you think, yeah, I've got the best hand, and then they turn over their hand, and they're just annoyed they get value bet, and you're like, you have that couple of seconds where you think the pot's coming your way. So Mikhail ace-10 suited in the hijack, gonna raise this one up, makes it 1.2. David in the cut-off, king-8 suited. Definite free bet candidate if we want to start incorporating in some free bet bluffs, but just gonna call here with the king-8 suited versus hijack open, and Rene now with 6-3 suited on the button, gonna make the call, and Katie with 9s here. All this dead money in the pot. Hijack was the original opener, so I think we need to lean more on the side of free bet here as Katie. There's just a lot of dead chips here in the pot, and probably squeeze this up to nice large sizing 5-6x is what I'd like to see. Wow, she's gone really small here, Katie. 4.1k with the 9s. Really surprised to see this size in here. She's opted for 3.5x when there's been an open and 2 calls. Expecting to see something closer to the 6-7k mark. I guess she'll have her reasons for free betting this small with the 9s. The thing is, we just give opponents a great price going this particular sizing, and you don't want to give them a good price with 9s. There's so many bad flops for our hand, and just think we're going to get peeled too often. I know Katie, very calculated in why she does what she does, but I think I would have much preferred to see a 6-7k squeeze here out the blinds. So that's going to bring Mikhail along, and now David getting lovely price on the call. Absolutely. He's going to make the call, but Rene...
He's even put his ice cream down, he's got his hand involved though, Barnesy.
Yeah, so Rene not getting involved with the 6 high.
King 4-8, 2 diamonds.
Yeah, now we've let a hand like King 8 realise equity, and
absolutely.
I think if she just makes this a standard sizing, like we should go in this spot like 6-7k after an open and 2 calls, we're out of position, pot's just going her way, and now we're going to have to be in a dicey spot here when there's 1 overcard to us. We've still got 2 opponents and we're out of position as well, and Dave just moves all in for 36k here, trying to get Katie to call off with a king. This is fine from Dave here. I don't think it's too large of a jam compared to what's in the pot. Simply, Katie can have ace king, king queen, these 2 hands, aces in there as well, and we can credibly rep a bluff in the form of diamonds. Katie with a 9 of diamonds in her hand, so makes it a smidge less likely from a removal standpoint. 30k to call, so just sub 2-1 on her money, but tough spot now with the 9s. I think against Dave she will come to the conclusion to let this one go. Dave might even be the type of player to do this with king queen, king jack, king 10 suited, these type of holdings here. And the thing is here is Katie, what we need to understand, the times that Dave is shoving for value, we're going to have 2 outs, so we're going to be working with, if our diamond isn't live, we're going to be working with around 10%. If it is live, we're going to have a bit more equity, an extra 4 or 5%. But so it's one of them situations where we're either going to be drawing very, very thin, or if Dave's got a hand like ace-x of diamonds, we're going to be flipping against those. So we're either in a 50-50 spot here as Katie, or we're in a spot where we're just going to be like a 1 in 10, 1 in 9 shot to scoop the pot. So weighing them two things up, I think this one's going to be going into the mark. I think
eventually,
like even if Dave had an ace-x of diamonds here, I'd be saying the exact same thing. It should be going into the mark, even though Katie's got the best hand. Like just versus the range of hands that Dave's going to do this with, R9s doesn't fare well versus that range. Yes, some of the times we're in front of a flush draw, but against a flush draw with an overcard, it's a nigh on flip. We're only going to be a slight equity favourite, and against the king, we're drawing very, very thin. So taking all those things into account, I really hope Katie lets this one go. But this all stems from that tiny 3-bet tower. It's just so small when there's an open and 2 calls in there. Eventually she does come to the correct decision, which is good to see. But I just think maybe, she won't mind me saying it, but I think maybe a little misstep pre-flop there with the 3-bet size in. I'm guessing she had her reasons for going so small, but I think if we go a more standard size in that spot, the pot just comes our way and we don't get ourselves in that situation.
Barnes up to 55,000 and doing Jackie proud. And about 20 minutes to go until the end of this session, and then one more break and one more session after that break. Ace-2 suited here for Sean. Raises to 1.2. Now we got Renee Jack-9 suited in the cut-off. She has incorporated in a mixture of hands into her 3-bet range, so wouldn't be surprised if we saw her 3-bet this one. She's going to continue, but looks like it is going to be in the form of a flat, fine as well. Okay, against Sean's stack size, maybe she's just flatting more often, or almost always against the stack size, because there are going to be times when Sean 4-bet rips. Maybe she's just happy to take the flop with position, and Connor going to come in getting this price on a call with the 10-5 suited. Wow, not again. I want to know why, how it even happens. King on the flop. Twice in the same tourney.
The Butcher of Baghdad and Brothers.
But ace, king, 999, and now king. Amazing. Cheers, Kaiser. Enjoy your dinner in St. Lucia while it's 28 degrees. Beautiful.
Renee not insta-folding here, which is Jack high.
No, coming in for a call.
Well, this is actually really interesting. If you want to really delve into this, we block King Jack of Hearts and King 9 of Hearts that may opt to open under the gun. The only King X suited combos are the King X of Hearts. So we've actually got good removal from that standpoint. Obviously, King Queen and Ace King still going to be in our opponent's range. 4 combos of each of those. But we actually, assuming that Sean shouldn't be opening King Jack off +1, or that he's not going to, we've got some nice removal with the Jack and 9 of Hearts in here. King Jack of Hearts and King 9 of Hearts not a thing, so maybe she's floating to take this away on a later street, because we do have a reasonable combination that reduces the likelihood of Sean having a king. So let's see if she was floating to bluff. As well, we can credibly rep hands like 5, 6s, 7s, 8s here as Renee. Flat in the early position open, and she's been on fire. She's been on absolute fire so far, and Sean has turned the nut flush draw, but could be drawing to just an ace or a king some of the time, and he gets out of the way. And Renee's been spot on with her time in this session. It's been really good watch. Just floats with the jack high. I'd be interested. No reason she floated was because of the particular jack 9 suited she had. King jack of hearts, king 9 of hearts, not a thing. Then would elect to open.
Is remaining in deal 1B. You have 1 minute remaining on your break. That's 1 minute remaining on your break. Dealers, if you have 3 or more players at the table, please pay your deck now.
So 15 minutes to go until the end of this session, and then a break, and then we're back with one more brand new table.
If everyone just adjusts their seats.
So David raising to 1.5 early position. Renee with deuces. Going to make the call.
Thank you. We've just been handed the final table for the session. Some chips on there.
Yeah, Oliver here with 10s in the big blind. Can go either way with this one. It looks like he's just opted for the lower variance approach. Just going to flat the 10s and take a flop.
6, 7, 9, 2 diamonds. Oliver with the overs.
Yeah, nice flop this for Oliver, not only in terms of hand strength on this board, but in terms of range as well. In the big blind, this is supposed to favour us after the 2 early position players in the pot. And now, once it's checked through on this flop, expect to see Oliver come in for a lead almost always here, start trying to get value from his pocket 10s. But I don't think neither opponent is going to be getting involved with these 2 holdings. Expect to see 2 quick folds. And while Rennie's thinking about that, don't forget, guys, social media. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter at Grosvenor Poker, and for live stream coverage /GUKPT on YouTube and Twitch. And if you are watching on YouTube or Twitch, hit the subscribe or follow button, would be great for us. Get a notification every time that we are live streaming, and we've got plenty of events coming up over the next 2 and a bit weeks. Lots of streaming going on. You're going to be hearing a lot of myself in the tower.
Absolutely. Tony Bedford's watching. I'm not sure. I thought he was in Tenerife. He always seems to be in Tenerife, does old Tony, but probably not at the moment. Good evening, whichever format you're watching it on, wherever you might be in the world. St. Lucia's watching. Well, he's just gone for supper, but St. Lucia is watching. Enfieldio's watching. Barnes' grandson's watching.
No, we're not, you're right. I've just got a message
Saying what?
that we're not on Facebook anymore.
That must be a timeout.
Okay,
We'll get in touch with PK.
I'm on the case. I'm on the case.
We'll get in touch with PK. It's a timeout. You can only live stream for a certain amount of time on Facebook. I think it's something like 8 hours. So we'll sort that out.
So Mikal 10s under the gun, raises to 1.2. So Connor going to flat the deuces on the button, and Sean not opting to defend the 6-5. A 7-4, rainbow board. So overcard to the 10s of Mikel. Still like to see him continue here though, a lot of the time with the 10s. So definitely could have been prevented.